It's street vendors, grocery store workers, restaurant workers, cab drivers, people that make the city run.
And they consider themselves the forgotten workers. Unemployment insurance and federal stimulus checks have kept many people afloat, but the same lifeline has been out of reach for undocumented working people who don't qualify for most government aid.
Many of our members of our community have been out of their homes, out of their jobs. Many of them have lost lives, and their families continue to suffer.
Thanks to lawmakers, New York plans to offer one-time payments of up to nearly $16,000 to undocumented immigrants who lost work during the pandemic. It's a creation of a $2.1 billion excluded worker fund in the state budget, the largest fund of its kind in the country. But among the needed items for eligibility is an individual taxpayer identification number, or ITIN, a number that can only be issued by the IRS, and a process that has an agency backlog of 17 weeks.
And if they don't get the money by September, if they rather don't get the ITIN by September, they can't get it.
And Senator Chuck Schumer and those who represent excluded workers are sending a letter to the commissioner of the IRS demanding they speed up the process and hire more workers, saying far too many are already suffering.
They fell through the cracks of the existing safety net and were unable to qualify for stimulus checks, for unemployment insurance, for the pandemic unemployment assistance program. Thousands of New Yorkers.
Schumer pointing out that in the last stimulus, lawmakers gave the IRS an additional $1.5 billion for administrative expenses. He wants ITIN processing prioritized and for the IRS to reach out to let communities know the excluded worker relief exists and how to apply.
But it can only work if the IRS steps up its game and makes sure that a 17-week backlog is taken care of. This program won't work if we don't all work together to make sure that it is a success.
Now, it's estimated roughly 4,000 ITIN applicants are seeking to obtain identification so they can report taxes for 2020 and apply for benefits from the Excluded Workers Fund. With more outreach and education that such funds are available, Senator Schumer expects that number and the IRS backlog to grow. In the newsroom, I'm Craig Treadway. Tamsin, Corey.